I'm gonna time myself. I talk super fast sometimes. I apologize in advance. So I'm here to talk to y'all about safe spaces. So what is a safe space? A safe space is a person or a group or a community of people that you can enter into conversation with and know that you will be met with patience and kindness and understanding instead of aggression or mockery or judgment or any of those things that none of us enjoy experiencing. And this is a great tool, for, especially in the industry as it currently stands, because there's a lot of discourse that's happening surrounding issues like gender representation, sexual identity, race, etc. And constructing safe spaces to talk about these issues is really, really powerful for groups that are affected. If you're a transgender woman or a black man or gay, whatever, you can enter into these groups and talk about the issues that you face, the problems that you've experienced. You can commiserate and feel empathy about these issues that are very, very important. And not only that, constructing safe spaces can be a really, really awesome tool for educating. So specifically when I say educating, I'm talking about individuals that have privilege, that don't necessarily understand what it's like to be a marginalized individual, that don't really know what it's like to be a transgender woman or a gay man or whatever it happens to be. And in case you are all, if you all are familiar with privilege, I don't know, it's I'll just explain. Privilege is generally defined as like a white straight male who isn't already an ally. So you've probably seen this all over, especially after all the stuff that's happened with E3 and Assassin's Creed and all that. People being like, what's all the hubbub? I don't get it. So there's a difference between, and I should preface by saying, I'm not talking about trolls. Trolls can go fuck themselves, because pretty much the only goal of a troll is to fill you with hate and misery. But there are people in the industry that I genuinely believe aren't coming at us with hate. They're just sort of uninformed. They don't understand. They honestly don't get what the big deal is. They're like, what? You can play Zelda now? That's cool, right? And they don't necessarily get that there are larger systemic problems that are going on. So the wonderful thing, and I also will acknowledge that this is very pie-in-the-sky idealistic, like wouldn't it be great if we could all just talk openly? But if we could construct safe spaces to allow these people in and have them be able to ask questions about issues that we face in an open setting, and not worry so much about being seen as a starist, so a racist or a sexist or a homophobe or whatever it is. Because individuals in that position that have never had to confront the same sort of problems that marginalized groups need to, there's a defense mechanism there. There's like well, I'm not racist, I'm not sexist, like I'm not part of the problem, and that's not really what we're trying to do. We're trying to just educate, we're trying to spread the word about these issues that really need to be addressed. And I should also say, if any of y'all are angry, you have every right to be. There's a lot in the industry that, understandably, you would be angry about. There's a lot of injustice, there's a lot of misrepresentation, and if you're like, I don't want to try to talk to these people about these issues because it's just not worth it. I completely understand, and I would never try to invalidate anyone's anger or lack of desire to sit down and try to have a patient conversation with someone that doesn't understand why we need more women in the industry. But as a friend of mine once said to me recently, who is also, he's a white cis male and he's very socially progressive, he recently said to me when he was talking about how he became progressive, that no one is born that way. No one is born with the knowledge of how to be a progressive, liberal person that's advancing sort of noble causes within the games industry. That's not something that you're born with. And so, as marginalized people, we have both the we have kind of a shitty position, because we both have to deal with all the bullshit and then try to educate people about that bullshit. So I would say it's absolutely okay to be angry. My personal goal in the games industry is to get more people to be angry with us at systems that are oppressing, honestly, all of us. I know people on the internet hate this word, but patriarchy is a thing that affects all of us, even if you are a transgender black woman or you're a straight white man that's a CEO of a company. Patriarchy is a toxic system, and it is destructive to all of us. And if we can build spaces where we can speak honestly, where people can say, hey, I don't get what this means, can you explain it to me? Or if we can say, hey, what you said was ignorant and it hurt me and I want to explain to you why, and we can go in with honesty and with patience and with love instead of aggression, then I think that we can really build a stronger community. Thanks. Woo!